Hello, everybody, and welcome to my podcast, JustDelphineKnits. It has been a while, I think 3 or 4 weeks, I'm not sure. Um, but I do have some things to show you, so I'm looking forward to film this episode for you. It's a rainy Sunday afternoon. In the morning it was dry, so we went for a walk, but now it's really, really rainy, and that's also the reason why I'm using artificial light. It will be a really busy week, and yeah, I just don't think I will have time to film in proper daylight, so you will have to deal with the lamps. I have my normal lamp in the room, and I have an extra lamp next to me to make sure that you somehow see what I'm telling. Okay, so we always start with what I'm wearing, and this is an old sweater actually, and I don't remember the pattern. I don't remember the yarn because it's at least 10 years old. It's a chunky weight. It pills like hell, even though I did pill it last week. But it's so cozy to wear on a rainy Sunday afternoon. I have a huge collar on it, and it's such a lovely thing to wear. So it's yeah, just an old thing I'm wearing today. Next to what I'm wearing, I also have some finished objects to show you. Um, I do have some. They're all accessories or socks. I wish I had more, but I did have some shoulder troubles since September. Well, no, I did struggle with my neck for a long time. It all started when I broke my finger, and most likely I have like done some movements wrong, and then that's why my neck was really sore. And I didn't sport enough the last 2 years, of 1.5 years. So yeah, I need to rebuild my muscles again. But by doing so, I got some physiotherapy exercises, and yeah, like another muscle started hurting because of the therapy. So I went back to the therapist on Friday, and he saved me, and I can knit all weekend without any pain. I also got new exercises to do, so I know what to do, and I hope that by building more strength into my muscles, I will be able to knit more in the near future. And at some point, I hope I won't need the physiotherapist anymore, even though it's a sympathetic guy. Yeah, I hope I don't have to see him again in a few weeks. Well, in a few weeks, I think I will still need to see him again, but then in a few months, I hope not, or something. Okay, let's start with the finished objects. I will just take a few things closer. First thing is this pair of mittens. It's the world's simplest mitten by Knits, which is a free pattern. You can make it in any yarn quality, yeah, yarn weight actually. This is chunky weight, so you knit it on 5mm needles. I used the online breikkampjes from Mirjam Molenbeek to get some extra explanation and movies, but you can perfectly knit it without it. The only thing I'm not really pleased with is the holes I have here at the thumb gusset. The pattern doesn't specify which increase method to use, so I used the one of Mirjam. But since this is chunky weight, the holes are bigger, of course, than when you knit it in fingering weight. So, yeah, I don't know. I will still try other increase methods to see which one I prefer. One other thing I would do differently is I would knit the cuff longer. I'm wearing a Fitbit, and now like the cuff comes just here, so it constantly goes up, and I don't like it. Whereas if it would come over my Fitbit, it would stay in place. So that's something I would do differently. This is a Ricoh yarn, which is a leftover of this shawl I knitted last year. It was a birthday. The yarn and the pattern book were a birthday gift from my husband, but I also made this headband, the Ingeborg headband from Petite Knits. It's in brioche. I also made it with this yarn, so I now have a complete set in this color. I didn't wear it yet because it was quite warm for a long period, but now it's getting colder, so I will start wearing this very, very soon. Okay, up to socks. Just taking them. Yeah. These are socks you've seen last time. Well, you have seen this sock until the stitch marker. And now I have one pair for my husband. This is Regia Pairfect, so it's two identical pairs. I got it for my birthday from my husband, and I really like it. It's a combination of red and blue, which I would normally not take or buy myself, but I actually really like it. So that's the good thing about surprises and letting somebody else choose something, because then you have like colors you appear to like, but you would never pick yourself. So these ones are finished. He hasn't worn them yet, otherwise there would not be a stitch marker. So he will be able to wear them soon. I've used the magic loop socks from Mirjam Molenbeek, but I didn't knit this magic loop, but I used the stitch count, and I've knitted this on 9-inch circulars. I have the same yarn for myself. Last time I said I would do it toe up, but I won't because I have short feet and I'm afraid that these stripes would get on the heel. So I will do them cuff down as well, but I will just do a few rows in the blue as the Crazy Sock Lady does, and then do a few rows in this as a border, and then start with the stockinette. So that's my plan. First pair of socks. And then like 10 minutes before I filmed the Dutch episode just before this, so like an hour ago, I finished my jagged little socks from House of Bouddleia. They are not blocked, they're just freshly off the needles, but I like them so much. I will try to wear them the day after tomorrow, because tomorrow I have a work at home day, and the postman will come with a package, so this is just too slippery on the stairs. So I will use them on Tuesday to go to work. This is made in Arwetta from Filcolana, which I bought at Wolhuis Wolder. I really like it, the yarn. I don't know how it will feel at my feet, or like if it will hold up for a long time, so I can't tell you anything about that, but I do promise I will have a sock episode at the end of the year. But I just liked using them, and the colorwork is much neater than when I used the wool yarn. It's also my very first afterthought heel, which was less scary than I thought it would be. I just hope it stays like this. So yeah, I like it. This is yeah, a really lovely pair of socks. The Jags are really lovely to knit. They are easy to remember, so I only needed like the pattern for one repeat, and then afterwards I could remember it myself, which is lovely. So yeah, I have knitted these on 9-inch circulars, which will now be my preferred way of knitting colorwork socks. So lovely. I want to have an opposite pair as well, so like more pink than gray for the next pair, or maybe, well, not a next pair, one of the next pairs, because there will be a knit along for Advent, which I will tell you about in a minute. And then time for my last finished object, which is a knit along from Herbgarden knitwear, the shawl knit along. Well, I will just try to drape this, even though I have a huge collar today. So this is the Elation Shawl of Herbgarden knitwear. It's a really simple pattern with a lovely ruffle at the end. I enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm really happy to have a pop of color for my winter outfits. So looking forward to wear this one, but I'm like saving it a little bit for a party in 2 or 3 weeks. So to like pimp my outfit, because it's all black otherwise. This yarn is a really old yarn I got from my aunt. It's a mixture of something synthetic and 70% mohair. So it's really lovely and warm, and I've put it in the washing machine and it smells lovely. No, because it did smell like an old lady. Not because my aunt is an old lady, but she got the yarn from an old lady, so it did smell a little bit like an old lady, but now it smells lovely. So I really would recommend the patterns of Herbgarden knitwear. They are really good explained, and I did find a small mistake in this one. and she corrected it immediately. Like, I sent her a message that I didn't understand like one line of a row, and like she contacted me in a few hours. So I was really happy with the service I've got, and that's the advantage of a small knitwear designer. So I like it. I also like the chat group of the KAL because it's lovely to get in touch with the designer and other people knitting their designs as well. The deadline of the KAL is only at the end of this month, so people have still time to enter. I will just take it off because it's way too hot. And I will take a sip of water. I don't have a lot of active whips, but I do have some. First is a pair of socks you've seen before. I didn't make a lot of progress, but I made some. So you see the stitch marker. I did the heel flap, and now I have to do the heel turn and the gussets. I'm being slow on this because it's such... I hate these needles. These are higher GPNs and they are way too sharp to knit with. But I want to finish it because I have already one sock and I really want to finish the second one. So even if it's only a little progress every time, I will finish them. Second thing I want to show you is the Pippin cardigan. So last time you've seen the Pippin sweater, and now I'm making the Pippin cardigan. I've only just split for sleeves, so you cannot see a lot. Just untangling everything. But this is what I have. I'm using Annell Malmedy again, but this time in cream white because it would be easy to pair with everything. I cannot tell you anything about the price of this one because my mom gifted me the yarn and she got it cheaper than I would be able to get it. I would pay, when I buy more than 10 balls, €2.66 for a ball, and I think I need 12 balls or something, 11 or 12 balls. So it's not that expensive anyway, but it's even cheaper, and I got it from my mom, so it's free for me. I use the same type of yarn as for my Pippin because I'm really pleased with the fit and how it's, how you have the good stitch definition, because if you can see it, I will just show you. You have a really nice stitch definition in this yarn, and I like that. So I just have taken the same yarn. I have to finish this one by the 21st of December, but it's not a problem if I can't finish the sleeves. So we'll see. It's in a new project bag that I've made myself. It has poppers, but they are broken, so I have to redo them. So this is my new project bag. And then, also in a new project bag. Well, the project bag looks wonky, but yeah, it's because there is a box inside of the knit along kit I've bought from Katia, and the box doesn't fit until the bottom of the bag, so that's why it looks wonky. This is what I've got so far. It's not a lot. And now I will have a 2-colored brioche section on top of this. For this I just need my head and I need space, because when I'm knitting something with a sketch, well, like a chart, I really like to put the chart in front of me and then have everything knitted like that. But I really, really like it. It has a lovely I-cord at the edge. So I'm looking forward to knit on this. It's a process knit, so I will not rush because yeah, I want to enjoy every second of this knit. And actually that's all from for my active whips. I finished a lot, so it's normal that I don't have a lot of other whips. And now it's time for plans. First of all, I have this. It's about Berlin Yak color block yarn. It would be the first time I'm using yak. I actually bought this for a friend, but then I changed my mind. So me and my knitting friend were exchanging a advent with sock yarn, like a 4-week advent, so like every Sunday advent. So she bought me 4 packages of sock yarn and I bought her 4. I bought this one, and then she told me she doesn't like purple and yellow together. And this is ochre, so I decided it's too yellow and to keep it myself and buy her something else. I won't tell you what, because I know she's watching the podcast. I just don't know in which language she is. So this is something I really want to use myself. Another thing is, a few weeks ago I went to Germany in the neighborhood of Aken, and thanks to Kirsten I got the recommendation of a fabric store, so I went there. You have to pay cash, but there was a really nice amount of yarn. So I will show you, just a minute. This is not a project bag, it's just a shopping bag. First of all, this is Regia silk, 9 euros, which would normally be 12 or 13 when you buy it here. It's meant for socks, but I won't use it for socks. I have another sock yarn from Atelier Sopra, which I have shown you months ago. But every time I want to start knitting with it, I think, oh, it's too pretty to use in socks. So I will combine it with this one. It's like a light blue with beigey color. I will combine it with this dark blue and make a colorwork kohl from Sarin Nordlund with it. So I think it will be perfect. And then this was sock yarn that you could buy by weight. This is more than 100 grams. It's blue. This will be, to start with, this will be socks for my husband. This will be more than socks for my husband, of course. I have the same in purple, which will be a shawl or a hat for my godchild. She really loves purple. Her mom doesn't, but she said it's fine, she can have it, because, yeah, every child can have something they love, which their parents don't, so... And I'm her godmother, so I can give her everything. Sock yarn for my husband, which was $5.95. Sock yarn for myself, $5.95. And then this one, it's 85 grams and not a full 100 grams. It was 6 euros. It's a lovely yarn, and I know I have enough with 85 grams of yarn for my feet. I have small feet, so I have a European 37-38, so I'm perfectly fine with 85 grams. So that's everything sock-wise. And then I also bought a sweater quantity for 34 euros, which I have to swatch, but I think it would be something that would be suitable for the Cosmo cardigan from Rust Knitwear, and yeah, it's Rust, so it fits Rust Knitwear. I thought, stupid idea, I know, but I think it will be lovely. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to swatch with it and to see how it will knit up, but it looks lovely. So yeah, I'm really happy. Everything in this bag, sorry, we'll just put it back, was 69 euros. So I think it's pretty fine for this amount of yarn. Just a moment, I will put everything back because I'm covered in yarn. Voila! So if you are at some point in your life in a neighborhood of Aken, please go there. It's worth it. Just take cash money with you, because you cannot pay by card, but it's so worth it. And the fact that you have to pay cash means that you have like some limits at some point, so I think that's good. My limit was 100 euros, but I didn't use that. I'm also trying to limit my expenses per month for yarn, but I think for something like that, it's lovely to give yourself a treat. My immediate plans is focusing on the Pippin cardigan, and in the next weekend on the shawl, but I do have some socks plans, of course. So advent socks. First of all, the Jagged little socks will have an advent KAL, with which you have like every time a switch in color, like instead of using 2 colors you can use multiple. Please check out House of Bouddleia's Instagram for that. I don't have a mini skein advent, but I will have a lot of leftovers in my stash. I'm just looking for them, or yeah, even if it's not leftover, like colors that more or less match together. Another call, just a second. It's also an advent pair of socks. Mirjam Molenbeek will have a 4-week advent for Christmas socks for the online break campus, which starts next week. You need 3 colors, and I will use these 3. They are from Annell. I'm not sure if they will work together or not. I don't know about contrasts that you need for the pattern because I haven't seen it. But if this doesn't work, I will just buy other ones. I think it's 2 or 3 euros for one skein, so it's fine. But I'm looking forward to that as well. So I will need to save 2 of my sock needles. Next to that, I will also test the Santorini socks of Bray Belly, which is a DK weight pattern with colorwork. I cannot show you the yarn because it's still on its way. It's Novita 7 Brothers yarn, and I'm really looking forward to try out that yarn. I have ordered for myself for a pair and for my husband, so because DK weight should be fine to make some fast progress on. So that's actually what I'm planning to knit on, what I'm knitting on, and yeah, what I have been knitting on and is finished now. So thanks for watching. Normally I also have a podcast recommendation, but I have not watched any new English ones since last time, so I cannot recommend a new one, which yeah, makes that it's not really useful to repeat something. But I hope to have a recommendation by next time or the time after that. I'm able to knit again for longer periods of time without stopping, at least at this point. I was at the physiotherapist on Friday and he saved me. I have been knitting on the Jagged little socks yesterday. It's almost a complete sock in a day, so I'm fine again. And I just hope that this continues, even though I of course have to do my exercises to make sure that this is a long-term solution. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and yeah, subscribe for my channel. I'm always doing a happy dance, but I get an extra subscription, so thanks a lot and see you next time.